Welcome to Grandad's Reviews. Today I'm going to do a short review on the Feelworld F5 5-inch monitor and using it on the XT3 and how I've got it set up using a dummy battery powered by the screen. So I'll show the setup. Right, we have the Feelworld F5 5-inch monitor, and it just slips on the hot shoe mount on the XT3, and it can take either the big 960, 970 batteries or right down to the small 550s. The only problem with the bigger batteries is it adds a lot of weight to the back of the actual screen, so I'm going to stick one of the smaller batteries in and they just slide straight in on the back. And like all of the Feelworld monitors that I've used, because I've got a 7-inch as well, when you've got a battery in, even with it switched off, it's still powering the actual monitor, so it will eventually drain your battery, so always make sure you take the battery out. I've then got dummy battery in the bottom and a cable. You can get shorter extension cables than this, just happens to be the only one I've got. And that goes in your DC out, like so. And then I purchased a short HDMI cable. There's HDMI in, and then to HDMI out on there. Turn the camera on. I'll stick it to video because that's what I use the screen mainly for. And at the moment on the screen I've got it set to a clean output, so there's nothing, no overlay on it at all. But in the menus, go to video, we can change that to on. So then you get the actual display on the screen. I've got my audio levels on there. If I want to bring the histograms up, I can. Actual lag I found is not too bad. And I've also found, unlike some of the reviews online, on Amazon especially, someone asked, will it accept 60 frames per second input from the camera? Yes, it can. I'm on 60 frames a second, and if I press record, it shows it fine. I have no problem with that at all. The only things that I would like different on it would be more custom buttons. At the moment I've got them set to flipping the screen for when I flip it over to front facing, and I've got zebras on, which unfortunately if you have the display and the camera readings on the display, it actually comes up as zebras on those. But it would be nice to have other function buttons, and they'd be nice to be on the bottom, because when you flip the screen over, so you put it in the selfie mode, like so, the function buttons at the bottom. So you've got to remember where they are. Like to do the flip. If there was two more on the bottom here, because there is no mount there permanently fixed, because the mount on this side, you undo the 2 screws and bring it round if you want it on the bottom. They could have a couple of buttons somewhere either side of that, or even on the side, just to make it a bit easier to use. Out of the box, the colours are reasonable. If you go into the user settings, if you go into the menu and down to the, I've got it on standard picture setting, and then I've changed it to user, because you have got 6500, which is a little bit warm. 93 is very cool. So I've gone into user and set all my own colours up, and all I did was point it at a colour chart and just try to match the screen on the back of the camera to the screen that was on here. So you can change all the colours and the tint and such like. You can change the picture mode, which will make it mild, or your own setting, its own brightness. It will go dynamic. I've just left it at standard. You go along, you've got your languages, your aspect ratio, leave it at auto, how no signal shows up, transparency of the OSD and screen display, how long the backlight comes on for, power on, which with this small cable I've ordered doesn't actually work. So I might leave that on manual. And then on this section, you've got a zoom, so you can zoom 4 times, 9 times, 16 times, and off. The zoom mode, so you can actually set the modes, scan mode, and that's all there is on that section. And then in this section, you can put your center markers on. Just puts a cross in the middle or off. Your save frames. Nine grid, if you want to use that. You can freeze the image, obviously image flip, OSD flip as well. You've got some anamorphic if you've got some anamorphic lenses. Check field, just goes in onto there. You can put the histogram up. So if you do take the display from the camera off, you want just clean display, but you want to see the histogram, you can put that on. Your false colours, focus assist with peaking, whatever colour you want that. Overexposure, your zebras, the level you want. The embedded audio, which is just another set of audio there, which I haven't got on. Ratio markers, so 4:3, 39, all the way out. The colour of those, the width of those. And then the final one is the 2 function buttons, which I've got on image flip and overexposure, which you can obviously change there. Yes, I found the monitor very useful, especially with the XT3, because it hasn't got a fully articulated screen, so I can actually see myself when I'm recording, for vlogging or just doing the YouTube videos. I usually use a 7-inch monitor, but if I'm out and about, this is certainly a lot easier. Just put it straight on the hot shoe. You have got a cold shoe here, and it's threaded as well, so you can put a microphone in there because you've lost the use of the hot shoe. Stick the microphone in that. You can actually move this mounting point to the bottom. So if you want to mount it differently, that's quite possible. Brightness so far has been good. Got a shield, sun shield if you need it. But yeah, I think it's a very good addition to the XT3. And for the price, yeah, it's nothing. The dummy battery from Amazon cost me, I think it was £9. And the monitor cost me 150, so £159. You've got, it comes with a HDMI cable anyway. It's a little bit longer than this one. This cable, I think, was another £9, and it just makes it a bit more compact. But it does come with a normal cable. It does come with this cable, which is quite long. Also, that's off the 7-inch monitor I had, which is not too much longer than the one I've got. Not too bad to use, but this one is quite a bit longer. As I say, the big batteries do work with it, but it does add a fair bit of weight on the actual monitor. And if you don't do the tightening knob up really tight, it does start to swing round on its own. It's good that the tightening knob is adjustable, so you can get it out of the way of anything. Monitor don't get hot, quite fine. I say, as a nice little 5-inch monitor for your XT3, I think it's excellent. Well worth the money, highly recommended. Also, obviously the smaller batteries on the unit powering the camera obviously don't last as long as the big batteries. I haven't tested how long they do last, and I'll do that in a later test, and I will put that up just to give you an idea of how long these batteries do last for the XT3. I do think it's a good addition, because these batteries are dirt cheap compared to genuine Fuji batteries, and I've had no problem running the camera off it. If you enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, thumbs down. If you want to see more videos, subscribe to my channel, and we'll see you later.